Just 2 days to go until that all-important House vote on the Republican health care plan. So far, at least 17 conservatives have said on the record that they will vote no. And by our count, 22 no's would sink the whole ship. So last night, House Speaker Paul Ryan released a revised plan in an attempt to woo those opponents. And today, President Trump went to Capitol Hill to warn hesitant Republicans that their seats could be in jeopardy if they don't help pass the bill. Will the revised plan sway any votes, or is the president and the speaker, are they looking at a big defeat on Thursday? Right now, let me welcome back Libertarian-leaning Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, joining me now, getting very sassy with Massie. Welcome back, Congressman.
Thanks for having me back, Kennedy.
So I want to read you one of your tweets from today. You wrote, yes. President @Real Donald Trump visited this AM. He's way more charming and intelligent than media want you to believe. I'm still no on #Obamacare Lite.
Yes.
So his charm didn't pull you into that tractor beam?
You know, he's worried about our elections in 2018. I'm worried about his election in 2020 if he puts his name on this and this becomes TrumpCare instead of RyanCare. He should run from this bill. What it does, it replaces subsidies, mandates, and penalties with subsidies, mandates, and penalties. And frankly, Republicans aren't very good at socialism. And this is socialism light. You know, the USDA says that light beer has 67% of the calories of a full beer, and the CBO says that this bill has 67% of the subsidies as Obamacare. So I'm calling it Obamacare light, and I've got the stamp of approval from the government.
All right, so let me ask you this. What is the most troubling aspect of the legislation, and is there something the Speaker could do to amend that trouble to bring you on board?
Well, let me just say the amendments they've offered so far are a non-starter. They really don't change much. The most troubling thing in this bill are the subsidies. Now, they're euphemistically called advanced refundable monthly tax credits.
Yeah.
That money goes straight to the insurance companies. And it's welfare, but it's welfare for everybody. Now, if instead of a refundable tax credit that had nothing to do with whether you pay taxes or not, in fact, I'm waiting for the day that we call food stamps refundable monthly tax credits, because it's the same thing. But if they would replace that euphemism with actual tax deductions where they let people who go on the individual market deduct the cost of their plan just like the employers get to do,
yeah.
Then I could be okay with that. So that's a good compromise position for me.
Well, I mean, but that seems like a pretty straightforward exchange. It's something that I talked to Dr. Ron Paul about last night, was being able to just take the cost of your health care and putting it directly against your tax return and creating new deductions as opposed to, as you say, rightly, new subsidies. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think moderate Senate Republicans would accept that. And, you know, between the unholy trinity of you, Representative Amash, and Senator Paul, is there any way that this bill passes in the form it's in now?
You know, I think there are 4 conservative senators by last count who are against this, and they can only afford to lose 2. Now, in the House, just counting among my friends, and I'm not going to out them right now because they might change their mind, there are over 30 no's. So if this vote were today, they can only afford to lose 21 of us on the floor. 30 conservatives are against this bill.
Yeah.
So they better not have the vote tonight. And then there are also moderates who are against this bill that they're not even talking about that much in the news. So
no, I mean, they're discounting that. And I spoke with Congressman Duffy from Wisconsin yesterday on Outnumbered, and he was trying to make the big sell that there's enough free market influence in this legislation that you and some other libertarian-leaning or conservative Republicans in Congress should get on board with that. What do you say to his claim that there is enough free market sway here?
There's no free market in this bill. It still has all the mandates on the insurance companies in there. We need to legalize cheap insurance again.
Yeah.
You used to be able to buy cheap insurance. They called it junk insurance, Obama did.
Yeah.
And then he replaced it with something called a bronze plan, which frankly is junk for most people that can't even use the plan. So I say bring back the free market solution, but there's nothing in this bill that does that. If there were, it would be easier to vote for it, but I can't vote for it.
The only way to get less expensive insurance seems to be opening up state lines and allowing insurance companies to sell over the border.
Yes.
But that doesn't happen until phase 3, which if phase 1 is so problematic, what are the chances that you guys even get to phase 3?
Well, they called them baskets at first. I said the first basket is Obamacare Lite. The second basket is Tom Price doing the regulatory stuff at HHS. And the third basket is the Easter basket, because the Easter Bunny's going to bring it, I guess. It's not going to happen unless we do it now.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're saying there are a lot of things we can't do because of the bird bath they're talking about over in the Senate. I think the bird bath is hogwash, frankly. There are things they're doing in this bill, you know, like changing certain regulations, but they say we can't change others. I say let's try and see what we can do.
I agree with you. Deregulate. Okay, so let me ask you very quickly. We have about 20 seconds left. What grade would you give Judge Neil Gorsuch today on the Hill?
All that happened over in the Senate, and I haven't watched it. But without watching it, I'm going to give him an A+.
Oh, well done. Uninformed yet optimistic. Two of my favorite qualities. Thank you so much, Congressman.
Thank you, Kennedy. I'm not sure that was a compliment. So.
It was. For you, always.
Optimistic.
All right, thanks again. Keep us posted.
Will do.